The other thing you need to look for when you're negotiating your trade is same thing. Look at the timing. Now, what do you think I mean by that, Chip?
Louie, I'm going to just throw in the towel and just have you tell me.
All right, here we go. Big tip. If you're looking to trade your vehicle, the time of year is very, very important. Very, very important. Let me give you an example. Let's say you've got a beautiful 300Z convertible. I mean, the car is beautiful, and you know you've driven it, you're the only one, and you're in love with the car, and it should bring all the money, right?
Yep. If
you try to trade that convertible in December, you're going to get less money than if you traded it in March.
I see. Okay.
Timing. See, that particular vehicle brings all the money during the season of convertibles, okay? So you want to pay attention. Let's say you've got a 4x4. You want to trade it in. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference to trade the 4x4 in the wintertime. Now, a lot of people may say, well, how does that make sense? People know people all over the country, and they can ship cars here and there. That is true. But I'm telling you that if you have a convertible, or you have a different time of the year looking at some of these vehicles, they will bring more money at different times.
Makes total sense. You buy air conditioning, it's cheaper to buy it in December.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The other thing you got to watch out for is timing. Let's look at the economy. How could the economy play a big part in timing? Well, everybody knows that we've had this crazy fluctuation of gas prices, right? Over the last 5 years, it's been up and down, right? So if you've got a pickup truck that gets 14 miles to the gallon, and we're in a gas crunch, and you want to trade the car in June, and gas is $4 a gallon, you will get less money for that car, because nobody is trading for those right now. Nobody wants those because the market is shifting, and now everybody wants the economy cars or the fuel-efficient cars, and yet you're trading in a gas guzzler.
Gotcha.
So again, you have to look when you're looking at timing, and a lot of people may say, well, I'm in the market. I'm in the market in January, and we love to earn your business in January. But if you're trading in a convertible, I'm telling you, if you waited till March, it would be beneficial for you to wait, because you may get another $2,000 for that trade-in. Now, even though the car will depreciate over the next 2 or 3 months, it's not going to depreciate the amount that you would get on a trade-in.
Okay, let me turn it around, Louie. If you had that ZX convertible on the lot,
right?
Could I get a better deal if I'm buying it in January than I could in March?
Absolutely. That was my next tip. You look at almost my notes on the paper, Chip. Exactly right. If you want in negotiating, and you know that you have your heart set on a convertible car, I'm telling you, November through February is the time to buy a convertible. Because look, myself as a dealer, when we get stuck with those cars, and I say stuck because sometimes people trade them at those times, we look at this car, and two things happen. Number one, we didn't give as much as it would bring in the springtime, so we're in the car cheaper, and we're itching to get out of the car, because we know that if we don't sell a car in 60 days, we got to take it to the auction. So if we have somebody that's interested in buying one of our convertibles this time of year, when it's the winter time, you're going to get a bang of a deal both ways, because we traded for it cheaper, and at the same time, you'll be able to buy it cheaper.
Interesting. Very interesting.
That's
you don't hear that everywhere else.
No, well, you're not going to hear it, because most people want to keep you in the dark about that. But look, the bottom line is, if you know some of these things and you come into the dealership armed with information, but you're reasonable. Again, if you come in with your big stick and you start clubbing people because you got this information, then obviously you're not going to get very far with a dealer, because obviously you don't want a combative situation on both sides. But if you come in and you say, look, here's what I understand. I realize you guys have a convertible on the lot. It's February. I know the market's got to be lean. I've done some research. Here's my offer. Here's what I'd like to pay you for the car. You have a high chance of getting that deal you want on that car.
And so, Louie, if I've got a little Prius that gets 40 miles a gallon,
right?
Time to trade that
Prius
in.
gets 50 miles to the gallon. And if it's a Prius C, it gets 60 miles to the gallon.
Sorry, Louie. Okay. I want to trade that in when gas prices are very high.
Right.
Okay, and I want to buy it when gas prices are very low.
That's right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. So these are tips that, again, the autoschool.com has all these tips and more. The autoschool.com has all these shows that Chip and I are doing. They're recorded, so go back and listen to them. The information, again, information changes situations. If you have the information and you know what to do, it could really make a huge difference in saving you some money. And again, most reasonable dealers, when they know they're dealing with an educated consumer, they're not going to run from that. They embrace that, because it's going to minimize your shopping time, and the dealer knows that if you have the right information, you're ready to make a decision based on information, they can sell a car.
I see.
So take this information and really store it. And again, theautoschool.com is a great place for you to go.